y'all be going hard on these men. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. I'm a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, reposting videos, and sharing them on your page so that our community can grow. Like, I'll be posting a video where I'm talking about maybe a conversation. Look, I am fully aware of the man that I married. I say this all the time. You gonna have to deal with somebody. You just gotta figure out who you want to deal with. Is your relationship just gonna be one big pile of doo-doo, or is your relationship gonna have piles of doo-doo along the way of the green pastures? You decide. Yes, ladies, you decide. He doesn't, you do. You're in control. Plenty of videos on feminine energy. Just look for the playlist before they end up selling TikTok. Then where am I go? YouTube? As the apple turns on YouTube. And if you ain't ever paid attention, I'm damn, I don't even know my handle. The underscore apple 10s. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. So I know who I married. And even knowing who I married, this is for you guys. This is what's coming out my mouth and how it applies to you. This is for you. Even knowing who I married, I still argue with him about who he is. I have thrown who he is in his face in arguments. And I think I'm helping him, which I am. I was just moving in my masculine because I was just telling him, I know that you're easily, so people are like all these negative things about ourselves, not him, but he sparked another thought. Like Bailey said, Angel is codependent. And I was just like, okay, people are like, oh, I need to stop being codependent then. Or you could learn how to work within your codependence. Codependency has its place. It's when anything is imbalanced is when it becomes a problem. So I know who I married, but I still have thrown it at him. But back to what I'm saying. Well, did I make the point that if you married somebody and you know who they are, but you're arguing with them about who they are and you're trying to get them to change, you accepted that shit when you said, I do. You better find something new to argue about. Because if he ain't down with the new 80-20 where he gonna work that stuff out for you, that's what you signed up for. You literally signed up for it, sis. I hate that laugh, but I love it so much. It's my petty laugh. But every time I post about my husband, there's always someone in the comments who are just like, blah, 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 negative about men. And I get it. My husband calls me a man hater, so I get it. But I'm just like, we want to label a man so quickly. First of all, can we admit, I know it hurts, ladies. I know it hurts, but I think the way that they're presenting it, information presented in the nice little pretty package, it can be received. If we learned that, we could get a little bit further. What I'm saying is, I know it hurts, but could it be the man problem we have today is because of how the boys yesterday were raised? And I know, ladies, I preface this again with, my husband calls me a man hater, so I am not trying to lift him up by any means. I'm just trying to solve our problem. True selfishness is selflessness. I gotta fix them niggas to solve our problem. We can't solve our problem without solving them first. So, I know, ladies, we started at a deficit. We're still in it. But could it be that our men are at a deeper deficit? Think about how largely black males reject knowledge of any kind unless they seek it out themselves. Think about the first answer source, church. Modern day churches are filled with nothing but women, while the men are stubbornly back at home because they're not the ones seeking that knowledge. Men are willing to exist in brokenness, especially if it's validated by their peers. Women will not, even if it's validated by their peers. Yet another reason why he needs to love you more than you love him, because the man that's going to allow you to lead him, because they need to be led, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way, just call a thing a thing. The man that allows you to lead him is a man that loves you completely. That's the reason why he needs to love you more than you love him. What I'm saying is, women have been seeking higher source, higher power, higher knowledge, therapy, help. Women have been seeking help since the dawn of the decade. The decades of the decades. How long is a decade? Put a decade on top of that. What I'm saying is, yes, black woman, I agree. We both are starting at a space of deficit. But could it just be that the black man is starting at a greater deficit than we are? Because they're so closed off to help. They won't even accept help from us. And we love them. They trusted us enough to unite with us. But they don't trust us enough to lead us onto the path of enlightenment. Dre said he tried God. He ain't messing with him no more. What type of God lets his 14-year-old son get shot in the chest? I understand. But with men so closed off to what it really takes to evolve us, what it really takes, even just to shift in dynamic how we raise our families. Some of y'all really having arguments about not talking down to the kids anymore. Y'all are for real having arguments about not beating the kids no more. Like, for real, think about that. You are literally fighting to continue abusing your children. Think about it. Yes, black woman, we all started at a deficit, but I think our black men, especially our black boys, started at a deeper deficit than us. You know this simply by how faster were we open to enlightenment than our men were. Proof is in the motherfucking pudding. So instead of coming on these posts talking about narcissistic, throw the whole man away, oh, he has a bad credit score, and all this other stuff. Instead of doing those things, how about we understand that our men were boys who were never taught any of these things? And after I say all this, I know I'm still going to have some women on there that says, I figured it out for myself, so can he? He can't, sis. That's the problem. When God took Adam's rib and made you his helpmate, he made you his helpmate because he knew that nigga he created was useless. I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. What I'm saying is our men need help. My husband needed help. I needed help. But he needed help, and I helped him. I didn't look at him and say, oh, nigga, you need help. I ain't the one to help you. I'm going to look for the nigga that can help me. My proud sisters, we all need help. Help ain't only financial. You could be as rich than a motherfucking off in their other areas, so help isn't just financial. And I think maybe the thing that you're running into is you're trying to find your equal. And maybe you're not supposed to find your equal because if you guys, you're supposed to be filling each other's cup. Yin and yang. I don't know how that works, but if we're out here looking for our equal of the opposite sex or however we choose to date, that might be the problem. I want to get to the point because this video started off at 3 minutes. Instead of being so quick to attack our men and tear them down, and I get it. I get every rebuttal. This isn't that video. Go rebuttal somewhere else. Listen. Instead of tearing our men down, because ultimately we're the ones in control and we are choosing these men. Whatever criteria we are using, we are choosing these men. The only reason why we think we're not choosing these men is because we can't keep these men. How did I choose a man I can't keep? You chose him. So first we must be more choosy about our lovers. And after that, what we have allowed into our space, can we have compassion for? You ain't gotta have compassion for every out there on the street from your past or in your future. But know if you have chosen to be with a man right now, here today, you owe that man at the very least compassion and understanding. And I understand every rebuttal in the book, but sis, you chose him.